I made it to stream in time. Let's go. Hold on, I need to get a sip of my drink. So, today's been a day. I did not have school today. So, I sat at home and listened to Lovejoy for the first time. Hi. Sorry, I'm destroyed because I was running upstairs. I got home 3 minutes before stream was supposed to start. And I'm sweating my ass off. Let me turn on the radiator real quick. Anyways, as the title says, we're making another mask to match this one that I did on stream. I did like a little bit of it on stream, finished the rest of my therapy appointment. So today we are going to make the matching one using my special assortment of cardboards. They're all the same box, I'm pretty sure. But what we have to do is we have to shape this one like a stag. I'm dying here. I am probably gonna go to like, I want to say 8:39. So yeah, we have a while. I don't know if I think it'd be better this way. I think I have to get out the sketch pad to do this. Hold on. The OG sketchbook. It doesn't say any dead name on here. Okay. The OG sketchbook with Luce, Ida, King, a mushroom, Rontaro, Toko, and Kamaru. This random sticker my friend gave me that one time. Oh, and there's paint on it, unfortunately. And then Luce and Amity being adorable. So I have a bunch of drawings for this story. Oh my god, that jaw on that. So this was the original concept design for the other mask. So the design for this mask is going to be this. And the poppy will be on the ear. Opposite of the one on this one, I think. Yeah, opposite of the one on this one. So that's what we're doing right now. I'll do like the ears and I'll hot glue them under, because I think that'll like look nicer. If you wonder why I keep flipping this up like it's a security camera in FNAF, I don't know why that was the reference that I went with, but it is. It's because I have to make sure that the eyes align and everything. Because this is basically my base until I paint it. So, and while I cut it, so. Thankfully, I have 2 bottles of gold paint in different shades. One is bright gold and then one is just gold. So this ought to go smoothly. If In a Field of Cyan and Lime ends up being the story I read on the stream, I will be wearing the Jimmy Masquerade mask on it while I'm reading. And I think I'll do that with all the ones I do. For like Blazes AU, I'll have like a full on like dress up beside me of all my different outfits. Or I'll just dress up as Blaze and Blazes AU, you know. This is about like, yeah. Because his is supposed to be like smaller, more like chic, like. So, yeah. I was in the store earlier. I was just sitting there, and half the time I was just being cryptic to my mom. I was like, you'll never know. I was here before, but I won't tell you why. Because I was there in that Walmart to get my GF a teddy bear. I got her a teddy bear, but that wasn't kind of my whole goal. My whole goal was to find something. I wanted to find a fake flower, but I couldn't. So this had to do. The bear had to do. I understand I'm rambling to no one, but while I was listening to Lovejoy earlier, I was doing like a happy wiggle. It hit such a spot in my brain. The next thing I gotta build up the courage to listen to is Wilbur himself. I need to listen to his like non-band music because gotta support Wilbur's son. I love Wilbur so much. And I hate that my ex-friend tried to like convince me he was a bad person because it made me feel bad when I realized he is such like a figure for me. He is very important to me. Whether that's like okay socially wise or not. He is this kind of like parasocial father figure for me. And I should yeah, that works. the ruler just for this. I can't wait to have more people to talk to on stream. To my one viewer, thank you for being here. I don't like how this turned out. Meaning we're doing a new one. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, thank you for being here anyways. I don't know. It feels less lonely. Hi! Guess who listened to Lovejoy? I've been so excited to tell you that. Sorry. I listened to them, I listened to every song today. I just sat here and went through their whole entire Spotify. Okay, so I do have to note that my therapist did show me exactly one Lovejoy song beforehand, and that ended up being my favorite. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it is my favorite. Also, I ended up making a Spotify playlist where I put all the Mechanism songs. And all of the I can't even remember the lyrics. Hold on, I'm pulling it up on my phone. But I put all the Mech songs and all the Lovejoy songs into one playlist. So I can have both my hyperfixations and just listen to them whenever I feel like, and just like not have to leave one out. I called it my favorite bands if they kissed. I made a playlist, and it has every single. Yes, I really did like it. I really did. You were so right. Call Me What You Like. That was the song. I really did like it though, and you were so right. And I told my girlfriend, she was like, "Yes, we love Lovejoy." I did not know my girlfriend was a fan. You did? Oh my god, I'm so jealous of you. I'm sorry. Like I was sitting there, and I was listening, and that was like most of what I was doing besides playing a nonogram puzzle. Oh, that'd be so cool. But I was playing a nonogram puzzle while I was listening, and I just I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna become a hyperfixation, isn't it? I really like this band. I have a playlist on Spotify that's like all of my favorite, like all the songs that I can just absolutely jam to, and I put a lot of Lovejoy songs on there. Everyone that I was like, okay, I could totally vibe to this in a class period or something. I was like, you go on the playlist. You go on the playlist. Hold on. So these are the songs that ended up going to the playlist. One Day, Sex Sells, Concrete, Perfume, You'll Understand When You're Older, The Fall, Knee Deep at ATP, Call Me What You Like, Portrait of a Blank Slate. That somehow got there on twice. I don't know how. Call Me What You Like, Consequences, Warsaw, Scum, It's Golden Hour Somewhere, and Normal People Things. That's all that got onto the Shit Slaps playlist. Yeah, they're all really good. They're all really good. I enjoyed them all, and actually everyone that you named ended up on the Shit Slaps playlist, which means that it's really good, and that's like my vibe to playlist. Like, a lot of Mechanism songs are on here too, although it's less than it should be. Like, Blood and Whiskey isn't even on here at all. Oh, okay, it is. But, like, not a lot of Mech songs on here. I need to add more. Because the Mechanisms is my life's blood. Thank Alistair for that. Aww. That's really wonderful. I've finished my card for my girlfriend. Actually, I'll get it. As long as she isn't in the audience, I'm looking at you. If you are, go away so I can stream the card I made. So we're Minecraft YouTube nerds, and one of the things that really got me into the Minecraft YouTube scene was Third Life. And she really enjoys Third Life too. So I did Poppies Are Red, Scott's Hair Is Blue. I want to spend my life series allied with you, and it's the little flower field from Third Life. I wrote the poem myself. I hope she really likes it. This is okay. So this is what I got her. So I put everything in this little box that says "Be Mine." I got her a box of chocolates, the only rainbow one. I got glow sticks. I have obnoxious foam balls that are glittery in there. She can deal with that herself. No! Okay, we gotta swap out one of the glow sticks. Hold on. Because I accidentally cracked it, and I have to make sure that none of them are cracked. The cracked ones are gonna go looped around the. And then I got her this bear. This really cute bear, and I hope she loves it. It's really soft, the bear. Yeah, I was on a call with my friend Lily, and I was like, I'm gonna be a good boyfriend. I'm gonna be a good boyfriend. This is my first Valentine's with someone, so I had to really go all out. And I was thinking about bringing these masks to school, but then I was like, because I really want them. I really like how these masks are turning out. I did this one on yesterday's stream. They're based off one of the fanfics that I wrote. Sorry, the little like. How are you liking the mechanism so far is the question I should be asking you. Yippee! Another one! Sorry, that was. Oh, what's your favorite so far? My favorite will always be Blood and Whiskey. Rose Red! I love that song. That song's so good! Oh! Sorry. Spooky little autism. Rose Red's really, really good. My favorite one is Blood and Whiskey. From High Noon Over Camelot. Because, oh my god, Blood and Whiskey, man. And especially the part where it's like, Guinevere, you're my stars, Arthur, you're my night. And I know you've got to ride at the dawn's first light. That's such like a. I have. So, with the dynamic of the Pendragons, I actually accidentally created a whole entire idea where it's the mechanisms High Noon Over Camelot, but it's the dragons. And I can explain every single role I came up with, including Helix's, which would be freaking Galahad. The Wandering Preacher and his Spiral Bible. Or the Bible. No, it would be the Bible of door eating. And you chat, and everyone watching my videos would be the ones who go, oh, tell us, Father Galahad. Tell us, Father Helix. Tell us how I hear you cry. Is it burning? Is it virtue? No! The only way to save us is the Holy Grail itself. I'm sorry, I can belt out most next lyrics. There's some mech songs I definitely like love over others. Like, Frankenstein? Frankenstein is so good. The freaking the part where it's like the computer is like, how can I have a soul when you gave me no. And then Frankenstein's never. No, I have not. You wanna know what pushed me over the edge to end up listening to Lovejoy? A Tommy Innit video last night. Oh, that sounds fun. I'll try and find it. I could go on about the Max. Like, if someone is a Max fan as well, like, it's just gonna be an info dump fest from me. Okay, so you don't know this character if you've just listened to the songs, except from the Aurora Strikes, Nastia the Engineer. Nastia the Engineer. I'm pretty sure she's canonically trans femme. But also, there is a really, really pretty picture of her where her actor has a beard. And I call it Bearded Nastia, and it is my favorite Mex photo. And we as a fandom, I think, essentially forget about it. But it's the most beautiful photo ever. It doesn't show up well, but I'm pretty sure I've had it as one of the photos, and my favorite two albums from the Max are High Noon Over Camelot. Absolutely, that is my favorite, but also Ulysses Dies at Dawn, especially with the world building and the fiction. Once you're done, one of the things I suggest is like looking at least the Ulysses Dies at Dawn and High Noon Over Camelot fictions, because they add so much more to the worlds of and characterizations. Because actually I can't say anything if you're not at either of those. It depends on where you are. There we go. It's much better and evener. Although this needs to go just a little deeper. See you in a bit then. You know what? Instead of keeping with the frickin' water cup, I might just do a water glass. I'll be back. I gotta get water in my glass. That's fine. There we go. Do you? Huh. I didn't see what your texts were. I gotta go. We got paint water. I am back as well. But like I was saying, the fiction work is so great for the story building and character building. Sorry, I'm like running out of breath from running downstairs. But I need to finish actually, because there's the Aurora and the crew category that I haven't found out until recently, and I was in school when I was reading it, so I had to stop, and I just never got back to it. So I never did find out how the one where Johnny finally got caught by police. And I know Brian comes in because "But you left me in the sun" is kind of obvious. Again, I can only elaborate if you're through High Noon of a Camelot, at least. How far are you? Sorry, my hyperactive brain is like bouncing back and forth. Oh, okay. So, so I can only explain to you what Brian being in the sun truly means. Once you're through High Noon over Camelot, I really do love Brian. Brian is my favorite mechanism, and he will continue to be my favorite mechanism for all of eternity. He's just a guy, man. I'm allowed to talk about his lore, because of it not being in any of the songs, except like it's not like directly stated in his song, which is Lost in the Cosmos, which is one of my favorites as well. Sorry, I'm going like on, but Brian's whole lore, they saw this man, and he was just really smart, and he was a great engineer, and they go, "Witch," and they exploded him and shot him into the sky. Where he would die, but he came back because Carmilla mechanized him, his whole entire body except his heart, which is why people love Johnny and Johnny X Brian, which I do too. It is a guilty pleasure of mine to very much enjoy it. I very, very much enjoy Johnny X Brian. But yeah, he got shot into space because he was too smart. I could talk about most of Mechanism's lore. Relatable. I think we've all gotten shot into space because we're too smart at one point. I mean, it's just the way of life. But for eating mine indoors. I hate you guys. /J/J. But you guys gotta stop. You guys gotta stop eating doors. Because then it's gonna get traced back to me. I'm gonna get in trouble. The FBI is gonna be like, "Why are there so many eating doors?" And then it's gonna be like, oh, it's this Blaze guy. He's endorsing the door eating. And I'm gonna be like, "No, officer, I am not endorsing this door eating. I've been telling them to knock it off." Wait for it. There's gonna be like a leaked soundbite that's like, "YouTuber Blaze is my name. Bye. You're just gonna throw me under the bus like that and leave me to die after I listen to Lovejoy for you?" It's fine. Friendly neighborhood Blaze is my name will rot in jail. It's where I was destined to be anyways. Especially after the events of, oh my gosh. So for Bird Boys, which is one of my stories that I'm writing. I had to Google how to kill a man, basically. So I was like, how much force does it take to break ribs? How much force does a punch give? How much force does an elbow slam give? I'm totally on a watch list for that. Don't worry. It ended fine. I'm not actually planning on murdering people. I'm not going to murder people. So no, it was fur because in the story there's and that's like the climax, and in this climax, my character who is basically is me, the character who is me, basically elbow slams them, elbow slams his opponent. Before slitting his throat with his own claw. So what happened? It's a very fun story to write, and the climax was even funner because I actually got to write like a real fist fight, pretty much. Because they didn't have weapons, they weren't armed with anything. My character doesn't even have talons, so he has to fight with his bare fists alone, and it's a very interesting fight, especially with the one character flirting with mine the whole entire time, aka my opponent just being like, "You had enough yet? I don't like hurting you." I hate him. I like talking about Bird Boys. I have not gotten to talk about Bird Boys in forever. I created this character on a whim. I was like, you know what? What if I made the guy who I have to challenge my ex-boyfriend? in lore. So that's what happened. He became my ex-boyfriend, and he really wants me back within lore. In lore, he just really wants me back. So he like flirts with me the whole time. He's drawing the line between like illegal and legal. Like during the fight, he has me pinned down and he's like, like, we do not like him. He is a creepy man. I really don't like him. He is, but I kind of introduced him last second. I kind of introduced him last second. So there's a part where one of the characters is like, "Isn't it kind of late to be introducing a new threat?" And and the other's like, "You know what? Screw it." No, he doesn't. Cause he's a hawk. He doesn't eat doors. He just I was gonna make a vaguely sexual joke, but I was like, no, let's not do that. He does not eat doors, though. He is a very horrible man. Then I killed him. That's cool. This whole the whole story of the Bird Boys is based around avians and such, and oh no, if I didn't kill him, the issue is if I didn't kill him, they were going to experiment on my boyfriend, my brother's boyfriend, and they were going to force my brother to work for them, and then they were going to make me a useless soldier. So I kind of had to. Or no, I didn't have to kill him. But me and the guy are both stubborn idiots. Him in an idiot, like, he's an idiot in the way of, like, like he's an actual dumbass. Not like joking, he's just dumb. And he is illegal because he will knock it off when I say back up. I don't like you. I'm trying to convince you so hard that this man is evil because he is. He is. He just does so many really just vile acts. Not like horrible, but he's very bad. So this brings me back around to the climax of the story where I where I finally have him pinned down. I'm like a dead man walking basically, but I'm not going to die because obviously I have main character. I have the plot. I have plot armor. I'm an avian as well. I am a cardinal avian. I have one of my rings fully ripped off because of him. My left wing is just fully ripped off. He's in shock. I'm going to murder this man. I'm unaware that I'm missing a wing, but I am going to murder this man mode. And so I have him pinned down. I freaking elbow slam him. Then I take him. I grab one of his. So my character got detaloned for murder. So I take one of his hands, rip out the talon, which is like ripping out a fingernail with my mouth. I take his talon in my teeth, rip it out. Then I take it and I go, "It's time for you to die," and slit his throat. That is what I did. I am going to get demonetized for that in the far future. This video is not going to make any money, but you have to understand this man was vile and deserved this treatment. He deserved to have his fingernail plucked from him. You know you have Lovejoy stuck in my head now. Good job. Call me whatever. Yeah, I think that's the name of the song. I can't remember these things off the top of my head. Oh, please don't get a gold on there. This is what the mask looks like so far. Oh god, it's really shiny on camera. But anyways, oh yeah, I was going to do it live, but then I googled it and I was like, yeah, no, so like don't stream for now, and I couldn't find like anything that was like, oh yeah, you can stream now. So I was like, just to be safe, I was playing it safe. By the way, according to my audience, I'm gonna have to end up reading My Flower Husband, or not My Flower Husband, In a Field of Silent Line. My Flower Husband's a different story that's not finished. I really want to read Boys is AU, but I don't know. I want it to be up to the audience. Hi. Yeah, Blazes AU is like my favorite thing. No, right the door. Right here. What do you mean? What do you mean right here? What do you mean right here? You want me to start reading Blazes AU right now? While one of my idols came into chat. You know what? Fine. Daily 7 p.m. streams where I read another bit of Blazes at you. I don't know. We'll get through as far as we can. Please don't be mad at me. Please don't think I'm weird. Dear Aspetarain, please don't think I'm weird. This is my audience bag. My audience really want me to read this really cringy self-insert AU. I mean, I don't hate it. I just it's kind of cringe, and it starts. Okay, good. My audience, no. It's just fair. Okay, so what this starts off with is some extra details that you'll learn within the story. But I don't know. I felt like I give an expose. So we have just like a bunch of details. Shall I read off the details? Or do you just want to find it out as we go? Okay, I'll read out the details. My heart is pounding, you know this, right? Wilbur. He was with Sally and had Funny, but left them once he created the Manberg. After losing the election to Schlatt and getting banished, he gave up and decided to become a farmer. He moved far from L'Manberg, and while building his house, others joined him. This became the town known as Greenstall. Over time, he suppressed creating L'Manberg and subsequently Greenstall, and has a complete memory gap he has a complete gap in his memory from that. Tommy has begged him multiple times to return, but he refuses and only knows what L'Manberg is secondhand now. He has a squish on Quackity, but denies it. He has zero hard feelings for anyone on the Manberg side, even with his memories. Hold on, I'm checking the paint. It's not dry yet. Tommy. After being exiled from L'Manberg, he plotted to... Oh, wait, there's paint all over my... Sorry. He plotted to reclaim it. He convinced Tubbo to join him and gathered the pioneers of L'Manberg. They launched an attack on L'Manberg, and residents immediately chose sides. Most tried Schlatt as he threatened them, but some were brave and escaped, making it to Tommy and Tubbo's side. Blaze was one of them. He's F to M and is slang, "Shush, I can do what I want." He also is Blaze's good friend. The two often talk about being FTM, and they like to train together. Tubbo, he was originally on Schlatt's side, but Tommy convinced him to join his attack. He helped Tommy launch the attack, became co-general. Before the attack, he traveled to his home with Ronbu and Michael and Snowchester and gave them both a hug in case he died to save the nation. He arguably closer to Blaze than Tommy. Tubbo and Blaze would sit and stare at the stars some nights and talk. A lot of times it was how they felt, their fears and their worries. It made the two closer. He's gay and married to Ronbu shortly after the First Manberg War. The two adopted Michael together, and Tubbo moved to Snowchester with Ronbu. He has a second home in L'Manberg for when he's away for work, which is often. But he cares about his family and visits them at least once a month before the war. Michael refers to him as Daddy. Also, he got horns and little teeth that hang from his mouth. Thank you. I worked so hard on like the details of like my whole entire story worlds. Oh, we get to talk about Blaze lore next. Let me apply this paint of this paint real quick then. Before we get into the main character of Blaze's AU/J, because Wilbur is arguably even mainer than me. Oh my gosh, that is a thick layer of gold. Shiny. My poor suffering black jeans here. Anyways, continuing on to Blaze. Blaze was born in L'Manberg a year after the creation and a month after the war. When he was 10, Wilbur chose to run an election for who would for who to be the leader to give the people a sense of power. Blaze matured quickly and formed his opinions. He thought Wilbur was pretty cool. He had met many of the nation's leaders and heroes in passing, but could never talk to them. When Schlatt took over and banished Tommy and Wilbur, he was disappointed and mad. A year later, when he was 12, Tommy and Tubbo launched their well-planned attack. He fled from Schlatt's power and to them. Blaze came to Tommy and Tubbo willing to fight, but Tommy and Tubbo found that he was fitter for writing, so appointed him to be a journalist. Tommy and Tubbo first approached him seriously, but over time softened up and they all became friends. Tommy and Tubbo told him lots about the original war, Techno, Snowchester, and their families, and anything Blaze hadn't known or seen. One day while journaling, he got caught in an explosion and almost didn't make it out. He shouldn't have lived, but he did. He made it out with a burn scar on his back and left wrist. Tommy and Tubbo, both worried for the boy, decided to send him off with some of the escapees to Greenstall, which is where we will start the story. But we still have to talk about Ronbu, Michael, Techno, and Phil. I love... You know what? Thank you for convincing me to do this. How are you liking the details so far? I built this story so like I've thought about like most of the details for this story. And that's not even to mention like all the after AU and the very end where I get to Thank you. Sorry. The autism in me is like very, very happy. Like I have to constantly cross-reference whenever I do right, and sometimes it demotivates me. But when I do get into like a writing spirit, nothing can kill my vibe. Writers unite! Sorry. Let me get some more white paint. Hold on. You guys get chances to let it sink in here because I'm in the middle of painting. I'm gonna get this finished before tomorrow so I can show a GF then. Hi, we're reading Blaze's AU per request of Firefox. So we're already partway through the details right now, so enjoy. I do recommend watching the stream on the replay later to get like all the details for once we get into like the actual meat and bones of everything. Because I really just throw you guys in. I'm just like, okay, guys, Wilbur looks out. Anyways, so we're talking about Ronbu next. Ronbu's married to Tubbo and has a house in Snowchester. He is the primary caretaker of Michael and loves his family a lot. He was uneasy when Schlatt appointed Tubbo and was slightly upset at the news of Tubbo joining the war. He's still queer and non-binary, using he/they pronouns, still snazzy, half Enderman, half John knows what. John I will use as replace God in my little notes. He can't touch water in any form, and when anything with water touches him, his skin burns. He can also teleport, but can't manage it. Michael refers to him as Data. Michael. Okay, I have a lot of headcanons for Michael. Ranbu and Tubbo adopted him 7 years after they got married when he was a baby, now 5. He has autism and will have moments of speech loss when he's scared, uncomfortable, upset, or nervous. Tubbo and Ranbu love them dearly despite. They're also extremely sensitive and fidgety and amazing at art. He uses he/they pronouns. They can also sense danger. This sprouts from the piglin roots of sensing gold. Gold sucks to piglins adapted to have a more valuable skill. He gets along with people really well and is quickly to form attachments. That one, I think, is one of my favorite people I had to write headcanons and stuff for. And Techno. Next is Techno. After the First Lamberg War, he moved away to and started Snowchester. Snowchester has no government to it because of Techno's beliefs, yada yada. He started the Syndicate, but with the order that they don't interfere with Lamberg, as he still valued his siblings in some manner. He lives alone, not seeking any battle, but has fought with Quackity, as Quackity wants him dead. He and Ranbu are great friends, and sometimes babysits Michael. And then you have Phil. This is the last one I have to read for, and then we get into the meat and bones of the story. Phil's the biological father of Tommy and Wilbur and adopted Techno. He also considers Tubbo like a son because the moment Tommy met Tubbo, they were inseparable. He lives in Snowchester near his obviously favorite son and has his wings damaged while defending Techno. He is slightly bitter towards Wilbur because Wilbur gave up on the Lamberg. Most of this is just, I want you to know it beforehand. So, we've gotten through all the characters. Who is excited for me to actually get into the reading? This is not what I expected to be doing on a Tuesday night. Well, bye! Thank you so much for even just being here. And thank you if you rewatch the live because I might not get to finish tonight since I do have to go to bed at 10 my time, which is in like an hour and a half. But I promise I'll try and get through as much as I can. But thank you for being here. I'm gonna boot up my hot glue gun and then we'll get to the first bit. I can't believe there's so many people who just want to listen to me rant about this because this is like. I don't know. This is such like a cringe thing to me, and I feel like I'm so cringe for this. But all of you guys are like being so supportive. We're moving on to the meat and bones of the story after I blew up my hot glue gun. I'm just like sorting through my stuff to make sure I have everything like together so that I can just flawlessly read the story once I'm done this. Because I don't think I need my pencil anymore. I don't think I need the cardboard anymore. So, you guys... you guys are going to have to wait a moment because I gotta finish putting together stuff. So I'm literally almost done the mask. I just have to paint on the nose bit, which will probably take a few layers, but then I'm done. And we can focus fully on Blaze's area. And I have to paint the center of the poppy. Okay, can we get some excitement in chat for when I prepare for a long paragraph? I'm prepared. Rah, I got this. Ah! Sorry. Just make sure it's under the character limit so you can send it. Skin. The cheers! Y'all are really, you really are just being my hype man. You guys gotta stop giving me an ego. Thank you. Oh boy. Thank you guys. It's really, really sweet. You're gonna make me cry. It's always been my dream to really inspire people. And I'm so glad that you guys are really enjoying even the little stupid works I'm doing. Let's get into it. Storyteller voice on. Wilbur stood outside his house, watching a rickety wooden cart pull down the gravel road. Hold on. I'm still finding spelling errors. Watching a rickety wooden cart pull down the gravel road. More refugees arriving from the raging war on the Manbrook, most definitely. Tommy and Tubbo and all of them should have bailed when they had the chance. Wilbur turned around to head inside, but he was startled by a quiet ouch. He whipped back around to see a child on the road. They had soot smeared across their face, dirty clothes, glasses with smudged lenses in a bag. They clutched a book to their chest nervously. Their face looked like someone Wilbur had once seen in a crowd. It's trying to distract Blaze and make him look. Oh. Hi there, sir, they greeted. Hi, Wilbur greeted coldly. The kids scrambled to their feet and swallowed nervously. Tommy and Tubbo, the generals of L'Manberg, have sent me here to talk with a man by the name of Wilbur. Wilbur sighed. They clenched their bag close to them. That would be me, Wilbur replied. Although he found the situation in the child strange, Tommy and Tubbo sent this kid to speak with him, and he wasn't going to just lie and send him off. The child got a big gritty grin hearing he was Wilbur, but calmed down quickly. They pulled the letter from their bag and handed it to Wilbur. Fair enough. We hope this letter finds you well in the comfy land of Greenstall. The person who should, quite hopefully, be in front of you is Blaze Cora. He was once a long-time resident of L'Manberg and our journalist through the beginning of the war. Unfortunately, he is in too much danger and must stay away from the battlefield. We hope you can take care of him and shelter him until the war ends and he can return to his home in L'Manberg. We apologize for any inconvenience. Kind regards, Tommy and Tubbo. Gonna paint a little. We can all agree that the letter was written by Tubbo, right? Because Tommy is physically incapable of writing anything seriously. Frick, I'm burning myself. Help! Don't burn yourself, eat a door instead. That should be. That should be. Don't hurt yourself. Eat a door instead. This is brought to you by the National Society of Suicide Prevention. I should have said that. That's gonna definitely get the stream killed. Anyways. That's a lot. Oh man, we're hitting the hour mark. That's awesome, kind of. Oh wait, hold on. I want to swipe away my notifications real quick. And I have 5 doors. Wilbur looked the letter up and down a second time inside. Come in then. He opened the door and motioned for Blaze to step through first. Inside his home was a big space. There was a tiled kitchen in the back, the dining room to the right. Dividing the dining room and living room was a grayish-blue couch with a white blanket next to it. Next to it was a wooden table with a glowstone lamp. A matching couch was vertical to the side table, making an L shape. There was a table matched the side table in the middle of the 2 couches. Against the wall to the door was a long bookshelf that ran into the dining room and wrapped around. As Blaze walked in, he noticed the hall to the left with 3 rooms. Tommy and Tubbo have told me plenty of your tales of your time during the First War. You fought so bravely and faced every challenge. Tell me, what made you do those things? 2, 3, and 4. Tell me, what made you do those things? Blaze asked. I have no idea what you're talking about, kid, Blaze responded. He went to his kitchen and looked in the cabinet. Tea? I would love some tea, Blaze answered. He pulled a pencil out of his bag and began writing something in his book. Wilbur turned the stovetop heater up and placed a kettle of water on it. You've come from L'Manberg. Isn't that thousands of kilometers from here? Yes, but Tommy told me Snowchester is a bit over 100 kilometers closer than here. He wants me to be as safe as possible, Blaze explained. Trust me, I would have loved to meet Phil, Techno, and Ronbu. Hold on, we're gonna do some more gluing. We will get to meet Phil, Techno, and Ronbu, despite what Blaze just said, which is exciting because I love that whole part where they're in Snowchester. Wilbur grinned and laughed a bit. He liked to see those 3 himself. It had been a long time. Maybe I'll take you there sometime too. Maybe I'll take you there soon. Really? Blaze asked. They looked excited at the thought. Wilbur laughed at Blaze's joy. Sure, why not? Tina, give me a dog. It's so wonderful to see you guys' live reactions to this. Blaze's joy seemed to rub off on him. What a strange feeling Blaze gave him. It was like happiness he never felt he needed. He brushed it off. Blaze was only a temporary thing. Right then, what kind of tea would you like? The chat. Right, what kind of tea do you like? Do you have any chai? Blaze asked. Fun fact, vanilla chai tea is my favorite type of tea. Any type of chai tea, or I should say chai because chai is just tea in a different language. Any kind of chai is my favorite kind of tea. Do you have any chai? Blaze asked. Wilbur shook his head. Do I look like I'm the guy to have fancy spiced tea? I have black tea and green tea. That's it. That's all. Blaze twiddled his thumbs. Sorry, I'll have black tea then. They apologized. Wilbur sighed, knowing he had been a bit rude. I can get you some chai from the Saturday market this weekend. I mean, assuming you stay that long, he offered. It'll be a while until the war is over. Tommy and Tubbo refuse to give in, and so does Schlatt. Tommy and Tubbo and all of them want you back, and you refuse to go back, and an end is far from near. That is a good tea. You know, I love listening to my friend talk about their crush because they're so cringe fail. It'd be funny if they were in chat right now. It'd be so funny if they were in chat right now. Like, just like, what do you mean I'm so cringe fail? But anyways, mint tea is also very good too. That's a good choice. I just personally really love vanilla chai and chai. I have to get it like at stores though, and I can't like. It's really hard for me to get it because I have to go to Walmart for it because like Giant barely ever has it. We don't even shop at Giant, I don't think anymore. I don't know, but yeah. Oh, you should. Specifically vanilla chai. I have a bunch of tea bags that I used to hang up all my thumbtacks in my room. If you've ever seen like any of the old videos, I think you can see the chai tea, like you can see the tea bags. I know. Oh, you know what I was talking about yesterday, Firefox? I was talking about having like a huge set dressing where it's a huge door and I can just open it to reveal my set and close it. Anyways, Wilbur shuddered. He didn't want to think about that nation. He felt a part of him missing there, and it had to be lost for a reason. He changed the topic back to tea. You want to know something? I've always wanted to start a tea leaves garden. I should have that in. You need to do quite a bit of research, Blaze replied. No, we're not threatening people's moms. Firefox, pull it together. We're not threatening people's moms in the stream. Crap, I don't know where my rag is. Chad, did you see where my rag went? Oh, it's behind you guys. Anyways. Number one. Wilbur nodded. Nilbur? Oh, Wilbur nodded as he opened the fridge. Would you like to help me? Sure, that'd be fun, Blaze exclaimed. Wilbur finished making the tea and handed it to Blaze. Blaze took a small sip and his eyes widened. That's amazing! Wilbur looked at Blaze in confusion. It's just a traditional tea, you know. You boil the water, steep the tea for 3 or 4 minutes, and add a splash of milk. Voila! Blaze bit his lip. I've never heard of adding milk to tea. Wilbur laughed. This child is so strange. Okay, that one's based in reality because my friends made fun of me. My British friends made fun of me so hard when I was like, I never heard of putting milk in tea. Like besides like boba, like I never heard of putting milk in tea. And when I tried it, I was like, that's pretty good. Anyways, continuing on. Wilbur helped Blaze settle in, showed him to a room, made sure he was comfortable. That night, Wilbur was sweeping up when he noticed Blaze's notebook on the table, paper next to it, with a paper next to it. The article was a letter to Tommy and Tubbo. It read, "My dearest Tommy and Tubbo, I hope my letter finds you well. I have safely arrived in Greenstall and have met Wilbur. He's just as you told me. I look up to him so much, and it's only been a few hours. But I fear I know what's going on underneath. I believe he has forgotten his memories relating to L'Manberg. This is an urgent matter, and I feel we must bring his memory back somehow. Besides that, Wilbur has told me he may take me to see Phil, Techno, and Ronbu, and I'm overjoyed. Wilbur is such a sweet man, even when forgetting the nobilities of his past. I'm excited about what may happen next, but I also excited to see you two once the war is over. Unless you want me to be back sooner, my body has healed more than my body has healed more, though I may have some bird scars. I miss you dearly, Blaze Cora." I really like that letter. That letter's one of my favorite things I've written for this story. Like the way I'm like, oh, I could come back if you guys want me to come back sooner. It's like a kind of like convincing them to bring me back because I don't like being far from them and stuff. Wilbur grinned. He had never been called sweet or kind. He had also never been looked up to before. It was strangely comforting to know, though. He slipped the letter in a notebook and smiled, ignoring the part about his memory. Door check! My door's over there. I don't want to, because it might accidentally leak some dragons. But, only costs one shot. No, only costs one Michael Distortion. And his victim. You eat a door, you lose one Michael Distortion. I put it on the wrong side, I think! I put it on the wrong side, chat! I put the poppy on the wrong side, despite being like, okay, I gotta remember. Here's my firstborn child. We ready to continue to the next day. I think a door is mentioned once or twice on here, so you guys will be happy. What do you want, children? To make the newest distortion. That's why. Doors. iPad kids! They're made of iPad kids! Anyways, continuing on. Wilbur worked in the kitchen, making a nice breakfast for himself and Blaze. He started enjoying the idea of having someone else around. Eventually, Blaze came out, but they looked as white as a sheet. "Are you okay?" Wilbur asked, noticing the odd-colored Blaze. "I woke up this morning. I forgot I was here. I thought he had been kidnapped, and I thought about how worried Tommy and Tubble were probably. Then I realized it was safe at your house, and it had been a week since I had been home," Blaze explained. "I'm just a bit homesick." Frowns. Is sad for fictional me. Is sad for fictional me. Oh, I think this is the part. This is like the day in the book. It's separated by days. I think this is the day in the story where we get to meet one of my one of the goofiest characters I've ever made. Their name is Mixie. I have to experiment. I have to switch back and forth because ITP was always written in a third person, but I guess there was a part where it was written in a first person with Blaze. So have always kind of you can. I mean, it's not that you can't do third person. It's just that you haven't mastered third person, which I haven't either. But you gotta try. Anyways, continuing on. Oh, I got gold paint on my phone. Anyways, continuing on. Wilbur patted Blaze's head. "He'll be able to return home eventually. I'll make sure of it." Blaze's color returned and he grinned. "What are you cooking?" "Toast, eggs, and home fries," Wilbur replied. Blaze kicked his feet. Not to be picky, but I've never liked eggs." I had to keep it accurate to me, but also I could not think of anything else for breakfast, so I was just like, "Hey Wilbur, I don't like eggs." I'm gonna be the most obnoxious child this version of Wilbur's ever seen. Wilbur laughed. "That's okay. More for me." Blaze smiled and laughed. He raised his left arm and placed it behind his head. As he did, Wilbur noticed a scabby-looking red patch stretching up 13 centimeters across 8 centimeters. Lacey's done with Tommy. You're fine. No! Because me and Tommy are on the same wavelength. That's the issue. We are besties. We are literally on the same wavelength. We hang out with each other. I think me and Tommy are the most annoying people Weber's ever met. And us in the same room, the worst duo ever. You put me and Tommy in a room, we're gonna sit there and talk about cocks for half an hour. Okay. So, we're about to get into the part where I tell my story of how I got the burn scars. Where I tell, and it's really detailed. I volunteers to review. Anyways. "What's that?" Wilbur asked, pointing at the wrist. "Oh, this? It's a burn scar," Blaze replied casually. Wilbur took the pan off the stone. "How'd you get it?" "Oh, well, I was caught in an explosion and almost died. Luckily, I only left with this. I keep seeing spelling errors, man." Blaze stood, dagger and book in his left hand and pencil in his right. He wrote notes on the battle in front of him. um, he wrote notes on a battle in front of him, trying to stay out of the way. Tommy and Tubbo fought at the front. Their swords clashed with the army of Manbury, new and previous residents who were forced to work for Schlatt. The army of L'Manberg was much smaller, yet they persisted. Blaze took in the scene, the smell, the everything. The everything. Um, they were consumed by it all. This led them not to realize the person behind them placing at least 30 bundles of TNT. Tommy looked over to make sure Blaze was okay, and that's what he saw. And that's when he saw a different person shooting the pile with an arrow. Blaze, look out! Tommy screamed. He fended off his enemies as he ran towards Blaze. Blaze turned to see the bundles behind him. He began to run, but stopped. He looked at the leather-bound group of pages in his hand and then threw it to Tommy. What are you doing, Blaze? Tommy shouted, catching the journal. I'm not making it out of the blast zone. You better run with the book, because I want people's stories to be known, Blaze said. Tommy turned and ran back to Tubbo as Blaze saluted, and the explosion blew up behind him. His body went limp and he was shot across the battlefield. I'm not making out! I'm not making out! I want people's stories to be known. Anyways, Blaze just got shot. But like across the battlefield by an explosion. His body went limp and was shot across the battlefield. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Tubbo gasped. Tommy and Tubbo commanded the army to retreat while they ran to Blaze. The boy was burned on his left and all down his arm. The hairs on the back of his head had been singed. Their eyes were closed and the breathing uneasy. It's so serious and yet so chaotic at the same time. Like, I'm sitting here reading like a serious story. My character's basically about to die in like a flashback. And then there's just I'm burning through the sky, yeah! That was probably not the melody of that, but they come. Tommy lifted Blaze. A tear slid down Tombo's face. We need to get them out of here. Tommy thought. Wilbur, we'll send him with the refugees to Greenstall. First, we need to get him first aid. Tubbo nodded and they ran to take Blaze to their medics. And flashback is over. They had shown weakness over me in front of their enemies, and they knew I would be used against them soon. Blaze explained. I still have the burn scars and singed hair. Wilbur processed it all for a moment. Are you okay? That sounds traumatizing. Blaze laughed. Are you kidding? I wouldn't let something like a few scars and burnt hairs get to me. Hell, it made me want to actually fight again. He went silent. And not just because I didn't want to be known as a victim of war, but as a hero. See you in a bit. Wilbur sighed. But despite your protests, Tommy sent you here. Blaze nodded. Mm-hmm. He's always kind of stubborn. Wilbur served up food. Tell me about it. He's my brother. Blaze smiled and laughed as well. He was he was looking much better than he was before. Through that all, I learned one thing though. Blaze said. Wilbur took a seat. Always carry a fire resistance potion. Blaze replied with a laugh. I'm gonna make a fire resistance potion prop eventually. Probably on tomorrow's stream while I read. Oh, this looks so nice. Use drugs for it? This stream is this stream is totally getting demonetized. This is like in the future. They're gonna be like, you have to take down the stream to get monetized, dude. You talked about you talked about killing yourself. You talked about drugs, dude. Dude, that's not okay on YouTube. Anyways, Wilbur left as well. Oh, I thought we could head to the Saturday market tomorrow and gather supplies and then maybe travel to Snowchester? Blaze's eyes lit up. Really? I'm so excited to get to do the Snowchester part because I loved how I wrote Techno and everything. Just Techno being the chill uncle. Appropriate reaction. Wilbur laughed and nodded. It'd be nice to see my father, my other brother, and my good friend. Blaze shook up and down in giddy glee. No, it isn't for another day, so calm down and eat your breakfast, Wilbur said. After breakfast? Breakfast, yeah. Who wants a breakfast? This is why I'm not allowed to read stuff. This is why I'm not supposed to read stuff. Me! I want breakfast! After breakfast, Wilbur told Blaze that he needed to get ready for his Friday vegetable stand. Oh yeah! Can you guys just imagine Wilbur Soot? But he has a vegetable stand. Vegetable farmer Wilbur Soot. You know what? Veggie Burr! Farm Burr. No, because that's even funny because it sounds like farmer, but it's Farm Burr. I'm gonna draw Farm Burr at some point. I'm gonna have to draw Farm Burr eventually. Farm Burr. Anyways, his spell with only A's is called he had been selling vegetables every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The grind never stops for Wilbur the grind never stops for Farm Burr Soot. This is such a stupid bit. Hold on, I'm moving the hot glue gun and cleaning up my floor real quick. Because depending on how long I keep this stream up, I might have to go directly to bed afterwards. Farm Burr Soot! Good old Farm Burr Soot. The grind never stops for him. Anyways. We sit down again. We're professional. We're professionals. We're professionals here. Anyways, it'll be a few hours, so I'll give you 50 gold and you can go explore the town. You'll need a compass and map, though, Wilbur explained. Blaze nodded with glee. I'm so excited. This will be so much fun. Wilbur nodded, gathering vegetables in a wheelbarrow. Remember, my house is the most eastern point of town. Wilbur handed Blaze a bag of gold and a compass and a map. He slid them into his bag. I can't wait to write about this town. I've always found it quite untalked about, and I feel it needs more light. Like this town was built by farmers, not builders. So interesting. Blaze ranted, which is which is so much like me. Like if I'm hyper fixating on something, that is the exact words that will come out of my mouth. So interesting. Meme of this stream is Farm Soot. We should just have like a meme of the stream. Like the general meme is like the general meme will always be eating doors. But the meme of the stream, no, like it's like a meme of like individual stream. The meme of like every stream is always door eating, but the meme of the stream is like the individual event of the stream. Hold on. No, it's gonna be Farmer Soot. No, wait, undo. There we go. Farmer Soot. Anyways. Give me a second. Anyways. Wilbur laughed with eagerness. Check out the South Street Library. One second. Yo! Check out the South Street Library. There's a one-of-a-kind book about the history of Greenstall. It doesn't have much, though. Good idea. Blaze made a note in his notebook. Hey, do you know I could get a good binder? I'm so excited for Mixie. Mixie's so Wilbur now was beginning to roll a wheelbarrow. Mixie's Pride Shop on Stoker Road. Are you Okay, so there's context behind why it's named Stoker Road. So this was the height of my Kim Stoker depression obsession. So I named the road Stoker Road. Yeah. No, not depression. Obsession, and then it was depression. Well, actually, it was kind of depression as well. So, sorry. Are you trans? FTM, just like Tommy. We bonded a lot over that. Oh no, it's so bad when you mix, like you have to mix more, because it's like we're not like most painters aren't like the color theory experts who can color match anything. So it's like anyways, scribbling. We bonded over that a lot. Blaze replied, scribbling down some more words. Anywhere else I should visit? There's also a shop. Tailing's Finest. I think it's on Color Lane. They have clothes that I think would fit your style. Wilbur listed. Blaze mumbled, writing it all down. Have fun, kiddo. Wilbur messed up Blaze's hair. Be back before dark. Blaze nodded and ran off to the town. That is why. Oh my god! Why are there so many typos? I've went over this book so many times. First spot on my journey is Mixie's Pride Shop, Blaze declared. He looked at the map. Stoker Road was on the outskirts of town. He traveled down to the store and looked at it. The window had a paper with pride flags, and at the top it said Mixie's Pride Shop. If a flag you know isn't on here, you can add it by asking Mixie at the front counter. I think that's so cool, like the freaking like the Pride Shop having like this like the pride like a huge paper that you can add your pride flags on, and like it just slowly grows over time with like everyone's different flags being added. I think that is the coolest thing ever. And I think we should normalize that. You can put that on there. I think that would probably already be on there. Considering I was unlabeled at the time of beginning this book. Yep, I was unlabeled for a point in time. Just a evil little grin. We're the same. No, because I'm like no, because now I'm just a trans mask. I will never get out of your head. You got to get out of mine first. Anyways, continuing on. Blaze smiled. He knew he was gonna like this book. Moist. On the door there was a sign. Open. Be gay and do witchcraft. He laughed. He pushed through the door and was greeted by a person. They were decked head to toe in pins and pride gear of different varieties. Blaze could tell by the flags that they were gender fluid and polysexual. Hello, they greeted. Hi, Blaze waved. Hi there, Blaze waved. I'm Mixie, the owner of this store. I'm currently using she, they pronouns, Mixie explained. No, because it is like it constantly. It's the mechanisms. I'm not good at like speaking. I'm not good at like words. Okay. Oh, I'm Blaze. I use he, they pronouns. I never went back and fixed my pronouns in this story, so the old they, them. Blaze pronouns. He, they pronouns. Blaze replied. You're new. What brings you here? They asked. I'm from Manberg. Generals Tommy and Tuppa sent me here to stay with Wilbur for my safety. I'm here at the shop to get a few things, so I feel a bit more at home here. Blaze replied. Interesting, Mixie replied. Never met a real survivor. You know Tommy and Tubba? Got it. They're my best friends, Blaze answered, wandering over to the binders. I met them once, back when I was a traveling merchant. Tommy needed a binder and Tubba Tubba picked up a gay flag while he was at it. They were kind and interesting souls, Mixie reminisced. Blaze picked out a binder. You know what, actually? I think the mechanisms is mentioned in this. If not, I'm thinking about oh no, wait. I think I'm thinking about In a Field of Sign and Lime, because that caught me off guard. Because I wrote like the first part of In a Field of Sign and Lime, while not being a Mechanisms fan. The second part while I was a Mechanisms fan, and it caught me so off guard. Seeing, and Jimmy was humming One-Eyed Jacks by the Mechanisms. What? Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab ribbon. I gotta get scissors as well. Blaze picked out a binder. And you said you're staying with Wilbur? Mixie asked. Blaze looked through boxes of stickers and pins. Yeah? I'm great. That has got to be an honor, Mixie sighed. Yes, I look up to him so much, Blaze replied. He looked through some flags towards the front of the store. Oh, here's a really important part that's about to show up. And I'll kind of just let you guys experience it. But let me just finish cutting out a slit for the ribbon. Crazy? I was crazy once. They put me in a rubber room with rats, and rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy. Yes, I look up to him so much. Blaze replied. He looked through some flags at the front of the store. Wolver founded the town of Greenstall. I stumbled across him when he was building his home, and he invited me to stay. Mixie explained. Interesting. Blaze placed down some stuff, grabbed out his book, and wrote that down. You write? Mixie seemed intrigued. Yes, I journaled the war before being sent here. I also write stories, but I thought, while I'm here, I'll document this town, as it's so fascinating. I've heard a single thing on Greenstall, Blaze explained. He continued shopping. I just gotta know, what's everyone's favorite part so far? Like, what are we enjoying the most about this right now? Oh crap, I just encouraged my chat to say eating doors, didn't I? Well, Greenstall's about a year old. But I've been looking for a writer. I need a good crazy theory. Well, Greenstall is only a year old, but I've been looking for a writer. I need a good read, Blaze laughed. Or Mixie laughed. Jeez, I can not read what's in front of my face. Well, maybe I'll drop by tomorrow with a copy of one of my books, Blaze said. He grabbed a bottle on the counter and headed to the counter. Let's see. A binder and a bottle of testosterone. Trans and Omni and Trans pride flag, and a Pride 5 flag, a lanyard, and a handful of pins. That's 14 gold. Very cheap. Very, very cheap. Wow, that's cheaper than a binder and a bottle of tea in Lemanberg. Hold on. I gotta get my hot glue gun again. I forgot that I need to hot glue down the ribbons. or the Ray-Ban. Sorry. Once I'm done this mask, we're gonna have to pause. We're gonna have to end stream because I gotta go to sleep. Hi. Did you hear me ask what your favorite part about this is so far? Thank you. Blushes. Yes. I really like how Wilbur and Blaze met. Like Wilbur softens up really quickie. Bye-bye. Team Hamburg. Blaze remarked. He handed over gold and Mixie bagged up his stuff in a rainbow bag. The bag is biodegradable, by the way, Mixie stated. Thank you. Could you give me your address so we can stay in touch? Blaze asked. He handed his book and pencil to Mixie. Sure. Mixie scribbled her details. Have a good one, friend. You too, Blaze exclaimed, heading out the door. That's Mixie's pride shop off the list. Thank God. Thank God I went there. I needed some tea. When you need testosterone so badly. Hold on, I gotta go grab a glue stick. Yeah, hopefully. I'm gonna start another live stream at so I'm gonna be live streaming at 7:30 again tomorrow. VOD, I'll make sure VOD goes up and everything. So you can watch it afterwards if you're not able to be here. I'll be reading the next part while doing a fire res potion. And then, or you know what, we'll do Doodle Farmber, and we'll do the fire res potion and Doodle Farmber tomorrow. But I gotta finish this mask today, and then get to somewhere a good stopping place right now. Which will be right about soon. I am kind of tired right now, but that's not very important. Here's the mask. We're finding a stopping place. So, right now Blaze is going back to Wilbur. So, okay. So actually, fun fact: originally, Blaze was about to get scammed, and he's like, and leaves. But I was like, that's too unnecessary, so that it didn't make it in. By the way, this is 14,000 words. Anyways, Blaze approached the center of the town, but turned to the street right before him. He passed by a shop that had different flags from different nations, and he attempted to enter. He decided against it, though. That's a little reference to me getting almost. He thought he was going to ask Tommy and Tubble for a flag in the next letter. He entered the square where Wilbur was selling his vegetables. I think that it's a great place to wrap it up, with the craft of the day being done, matching this and this, they match, and I think they're really cute, and we'll hang them somewhere. But I think this is a great wrap up for tonight. Thank you for joining me, and thank you, Firefox, for convincing me, because I would not be here without your wonderful words of encouragement / force. I need to get ready for tomorrow, get in pajamas, clean up all my paint stuff. I'll probably be listening to Love Jada Thread tomorrow whenever I get the chance. And I gotta clean up the paint. I gotta get into pajamas. Then tomorrow I have to wake up. I have to crack some glow sticks and put them around my present because I got glow sticks to put around the present. We've been streaming for about 2 hours now, so I am just a bit tired of having like. I do put on a slightly more peppy. Yeah, because I've been using my laptop recently. When I stream, I put on a little bit of a more chipper attitude. Not to say that I'm not always very chipper. I am the most chipper person I know, but I do put on a little extra. I gotta go to sleep soon. I'll see you guys later. Tomorrow's stream at 7:30. Bye.